is Whitehead town, and this is Blackhead coastal path. For anyone that's found this video that's looking for how to control their acne, sincere apologies, but come for a walk with us. Right, so this is Blackhead coastal path, and this place is quite special actually to me because when I was quite young and training to join the army, I used to get up usually just at dawn, 6 AM in the morning, and run from a house which I don't think you can see from here, but if you were able to look over that hill about 2 miles up that way, I used to get up, run down through the town, down to the coastal path, and run all the way along. And in the distance you see the lighthouse. There's a steep set of steps. You used to sprint up those, come round the top and back down through the golf course and back home. Good 5-6 miles, but quite hilly and rugged terrain. So hope you enjoy this video. So my mum was telling me this morning that they've been working on this path for 2 years, repairing it. I mean, it's been, since I've known it, it's always been in some sort of like repair. The problem is the cliffs are quite unstable, so there's always rocks rolling down, breaking the path, breaking the barriers. But these, I mean, when I used to come along here about over 20 years ago now, these were all quite rusty and dented where things had rolled off, but these are all brand new, and this path is much wider, and these baskets of rocks are all new. So yeah, top job, really well done and brilliant. Look, somebody's taking their dog along the wet concrete. Oh, that's brilliant. Right, so just over behind us is what's known locally as the Wren's Eggs. It's 2 massive rocks, and a bit of mystery where they came from until geologists discovered that the same rock face exists in Scotland. They're not from any of the local hills, and they reckon that during the Ice Age, what, 20,000 years ago, whenever, when the ice melted, they were shifted over from Scotland or something like that. Normally when the tide's out you can actually go and down to them, and as a kid used to spend many a happy day, no health and safety, just climbing on top of them and acting an idiot. Yeah, you do get the odd car along here because there is actually a couple of houses further up, and we'll show you them when we get to them. One's actually quite famous as the Sunshine House. Look new. This actually used to be a sort of house. Where we are at the minute is Port Davy, and it did actually used to be a little port. I mean, maybe a couple of centuries ago, a little tiny port, and there was like a little sort of track where they used to wheel stuff up. But yeah, good luck to them opening here. I suppose they'll do plenty of business. And that in there is actually the old fireplace and stove. Yeah, a bit overgrown now, but that's actually part of the old iron rails that used to run down to Port Davy. So a few years back, because of our love for the Ulster fry over here, the local government decided that we needed to start getting fit, so they fitted all these little sort of workout machines here. I'm going to give them a miss today because I need to get on video. It's a bit hazy today, but on a clear day you can see Scotland out across there. Yeah, it's a shame it's a bit hazy, but yeah, just grateful for the sun, I suppose, in this country. Just up here, this house is known as the Sunshine House. This is actually a rebuild. Now, I do actually remember the original house. As if that house isn't beautiful enough. Look at the view that they've got. Absolutely beautiful. There's an old anchor and an old buoy, or what do you call them, from things from the lobster pots. That's all made of driftwood as well, by the looks of it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's masses of netting wire over the cliffs, and that is because the rocks keep falling off the cliffs and down onto the path, as you can see from the health warning. Yeah, this path, there was talk actually of it not ever being open again because of the dangers, but I'm glad they did this because it really is spectacular, and you're going to see when we get up to it in a sec. Just over his shoulder there, that pier that you can see sticking out, that's actually an oil terminal. So the ships come in and unload, well, I think it's oil, it's some sort of fossil fuel type terminal. They come in and unload their cargo there. Yeah, kids, we used to go down, there's a harbour along there. I think it's called White Harbour because it's made of limestone. We used to go down there and fish, and never ever caught anything. Right, so this is the first cave that you come to as you move into the cliffs, and this is called McCartney's Cave. And Mr. McCartney was actually a travelling school teacher who came over donkeys years ago to teach the local kids, and he lived in this cave. And actually on this wall, I hope you can see it, is that little sort of alcove bit, and that's actually I think where he slept, and that's where he put his plugged his laptop in and prepared his lessons. Do you reckon, like, all the teachers like nowadays moaning about planning and marking, why don't they come and have to try living in a cave like Mr. McCartney? Is this the smuggler's cave?
I don't know.
These iron stanchions they use to support a walkway. I don't know. One of them's a smuggler's cave, where the old smugglers used to bring their stuff ashore.
Oh.
Yep. And there's coins being thrown in here, and I think there's something to do if your coin lands. I don't know whether it brings you luck or you're going to win the lottery, but there's some local folklore about it. So this little concrete bridge that we got to, this is new, but the existing one used to get along here for many years. There was a caged gate on it to stop people going any further because of the risk of the rocks falling. And you can see the wire, the netting that they put above it. And when I used to run around here, I used to get to this point, climb around the gate on the wall and carry on with my run. Just over my shoulder now, so further up the coastline. That's the coast of Island again, and you can't see their house, but that's where my parents live, up that direction. And if you were to carry on, you would come to the end point, which you got Browns Bay, Ferris Bay, Portmouth, and just across the sort of little lock is the Port of Larne, and the ferries, I'm not sure if still do, but the ferries used to go back and forth to Scotland. And that's generally seen as the part, the beginning of the Antrim Coast Road, and we'll be taking you on that hopefully tomorrow or maybe the day after, but we'll see how the weather goes. Harry was just saying that all of this path is being re-concreted. Yeah, this is massive work that they've done in the last few years, but it's really worth it. This path was quite treacherous if you're not sure-footed. Right, we're just approaching the bottom of the steps that lead up to the lighthouse. Now these get mega steep. You probably don't see them as well in the camera, but these go all the way up to the Blackhead lighthouse. Now when I was young, fit and training to be a squatty, I used to sprint all the way up to the top and then knock out 60 press ups at the top, but I don't think I'll do that today.
On every shooting star that you still come back to my heart. Can you see how we've come so far? Hope you still come back to my heart. Didn't mean to hurt you bad, only did those things so that I could make a little room for us. I wish on every shooting star that you still come back to my heart.
This is right up on the cliff top, and this place is quite special, and I'll let Carrie tell you why.
Because this is where Mark proposed to me.
Yeah, at sunrise.
You still come back to my heart. Can you see how we've come so far? Hope you still come back to my heart.
So, despite all the effort it was getting up here, it's well worth it for the view. That.
Only did those things so that I could make a little room for us. I wish on every shooting star that you still come back to my heart.
So that's Blackhead Lighthouse. It is unmanned now. It used to be manned. I think you can rent out these places. I don't know. I'm sure someone could tell us. But it's still a working lighthouse. Yeah, it used to have like a foghorn type thing, but now it's a light type house. When I used to train up here, this is where I would have deviated from the actual Blackhead path, and this lane behind me, this will take you up eventually through the to the golf course, Whitehead golf course. From there I used to cut through the golf course, across the public footpath and down the hill and then back home. But we're going to continue on the Blackhead path today, so we're at the very highest point of it. If you just look over his shoulder, you can see what a view. So these wooden steps leading us back down to the shore are new, and they're actually a really good job, because the last path was broken up and fallen to bits. But yeah, these are a top job. There you go, you can see the mesh that the guys have fitted to prevent any rock falls tumbling down. Yeah, I'm so glad they did all this effort. It would have been heartbreaking if this path had been shut, because I absolutely love it here. You ready, darling? Good to go?
Hey, can I stay here, please?
Good to go. You ready to go? As I've been walking, the tide's gone out, and now you can see the wren's eggs at low tide. Now, I can't speak for everyone, but as someone who lives to ride, there are certain rides that are so memorable they will be forever etched into my very soul, and today was going to be one of those rides. It had been over 20 long years since I'd last ridden a motorcycle along the County Antrim coast. My granddad used to say that the Antrim coast road was the one road that he'd never ever tire of driving, and I know exactly what he meant. You see, the Antrim coast and the glens of Antrim have long been recognised as an area of outstanding natural beauty, and if you've never experienced them, I definitely urge you to add them to your bucket list. The towering dramatic cliffs hug the roadside, while the journey is punctuated by welcoming quaint coastal villages and lusciously green, hauntingly beautiful glens that invite you to journey deep into the breathtaking valleys and forests. And like all the best rides, the plan simply consisted of, let's see how far we get.
Are you going to have your picture taken, little girl?
Picture of I just to show my weight.
Really?
That's good. Just to show my weight.
Yeah, no, it's alright.
But there's the noise of the bike not scare her and put her off or...
Nah, let's get so used to it. We're heading up the coast, see how far we get, maybe cut into Ballycastle and come back inland. See you later. The port town of Larne marks the beginning of the Antrim Coast Road. Our intention was to get as far as the tiny harbour at Carnlough and have breakfast in the Harbour Lights Cafe. During the summer and especially at weekends, the coast road can be busy with Sunday drivers, and with narrow lanes and numerous blind bends, there are few, if any, passing places. But it's those very bends and the striking rugged beauty that holds so much appeal for bikers, and many riders come from afar to ride the sweeping coastline. We'd left early to avoid any potential traffic, and as is common along the coast, the sun was hidden by an early sea mist. I was far from disappointed though. In fact, I was actually grateful for the slightly cooler temperatures and the fresh sea breeze. You see, having grown up by the sea, I genuinely miss it when I'm not near it. The salty air seems entwined in my very DNA, in a bond of friendship that can never be broken. And as we headed north from Larne, I quickly became reacquainted with my old friend.
Be what you wanna be. Do what you wanna do. Sets you free. Believe in only you. Yesterday is gone. Forget about tomorrow, and the ceilings you see right through.
Right, so Carnlough, some of you Sons of Anarchy fans will probably recognise this white arch from the opening scenes of the one where they travel over to Belfast. American TV being what it is, they had to make us all out to be thick backward paddies, so this was supposedly Belfast they were riding into, when it's actually Carnlough, which is an old traditional fishing village.
Inside a prison view, 10 whispers or a shout, gunpowder if it's true, smoke before the fire, no one else can slay the dragon sleeping inside of you.
Keenly-eyed Sons of Anarchy fans will also recognise Waterfoot Red Arch and the ruins above of Red Bay Castle. As it turned out, the Harbour Lights Cafe was closed due to the town of Carnlough suffering a surge in dreaded COVID cases. However, we managed to find a local shop that sold coffee and bacon rolls, so that was all good. When we reached the town of Cushendall, we turned inland and headed up the winding climb into Glendon and over the stunning Glendon Viaduct. This was a road I knew well. As a child, one of my favourite days out was to go on family picnics to Ballypatrick Forest Park, and the entrance to which could be found on this very road.
See the clouds and let them be. Keep every story of your days a mystery. Hear the songs in the breeze. Sing out your wins and trials like a melody. Ride the storms with your head held high. We only breathe till the day we die. Bring on the fire, bring on the rain. Nothing can take you down. Crashing like thunder, steel in your veins. Nothing can take you down.
Just before we reach Ballypatrick Forest, there lies one of the most mysterious natural phenomenons, Loch Arima, known locally as the Vanishing Lake because, well, it does exactly what it says on the tin, it vanishes. In the olden days, local legend tells that a coach and horses drowned while trying to cross the believed empty lake during the dead of night. Local folks swear to having seen, on nights when the lake is full, a ghostly figure walking along the shoreline. Although it should also be noted that the famous Bushmills whisky distillery is only a few miles away.
Is
The lake's, yeah, but the lake's gone anyway. This is Ballypatrick Forest.
Oh, it's so lovely, this isn't it?
Crashing like thunder, steel in your veins. Nothing can take you down.
And as we passed Ballypatrick Forest, the sun finally broke through the mist and brought the spectacularly stunning landscape alive.
Bring on the fire, bring on the rain. Nothing can take you down. Crashing like thunder, steel in your veins. Nothing can take you down. Nothing can take you down.
Yeah.
She's been fast
You've been asleep the whole way.
So this is Ballycastle, and if we were to continue on up the coast, we'd go through Bushmills, where the best whisky in the world comes from. And if you carried on up, you go Portrush, Port Stewart, and you carry on round and eventually take you to Derry, London Derry, City of Derry, whatever you want to call it. But from here, we're going to head inland to the what are they called?
Dark Hedges.
And they're from what?
The Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to head in towards Armoy and see the Dark Hedges.
Nice to see you guys. Come here, baby. Hey, good girl. You've still got this one here, is that alright? I've given it. Alright, I'll go round you. It's alright. Yeah, I'm not bumping down the curb, I'll fall off. My legs don't reach the floor as it is.
It's alright, bro. I'm off it here.
Yeah. I'm just gonna wrap it a little bit then in that case. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
It was at this point, as we headed towards Armoy and the Game of Thrones Dark Hedges, that we were treated to one of the most spectacular and awe-inspiring scenes that I've ever been privileged enough to witness. Photo?
Oh my god, that just took my breath away.
That's Rathlin Island.
Look at the view, baby.
Like the thing, you know, she's so lazy. Brega Road, or as the world now knows it, the Dark Hedges from Game of Thrones, is a narrow country road lined with somewhat eerie beech trees. While this was Carrie's first visit, I'd been many times, albeit unknowingly. You see, when I was a teenager, I used to do a lot of kayaking, and we regularly used this road before it became world famous and closed to traffic. It was a shortcut or rat run to get to Portrush to go kayak surfing.
We do not bark. Don't bark at them, Johnny, otherwise they come and meet you.
What, those grass-eating cows eat dogs as well?
Johnny, stop! They will trample on you! Stop. We're not barking at the cows. Come on.
I'm trying to warn everyone.
Right back down the other side. How far will you go? With no guarantee, you know.
After the dark hedges, we headed back towards Ballycastle. The late afternoon was growing hot, and as a change of scenery, we decided to head back towards Larne by taking an inland route. Riding roads like these, with their sweeping curves and bends, makes it easy to see how North Antrim's love affair with motorcycle road racing developed. Indeed, Armoy was the hometown of the legendary Dunlop brothers, Joey and Robert, who sadly are no longer with us, both being tragically killed in pursuit of the sport that they loved.
Open your eyes and let the light into your mind.
You sure where we are?
How far can you see? With no guarantee of anything.
Coming over the Antrim hills into the outskirts of Larne, we were once again treated to spectacular and unforgettable views. It was one of those rides that you just never want to end.
just like that. How could I wanna be anywhere else? Got a heart of gold and a soul to match. Can measure this moment in a photograph. You look so beautiful, baby. I know you're the love of my life. You changed my world. Yeah, you saved me without even trying. I got a feeling like never before, that all these miles were worth it. Chasing your heart and running the ghosts, 'cause I will be loved by you.
The water is not good enough. I know what you want. You want a little bit of Guinness.
'Cause I got a feeling like never before, that I will be loved by you, babe. Never been so clear or felt like this. I live for the days when I'm lost in your kiss. You look so beautiful, baby. I know you're the love of my life. I got a feeling like never before, that all these miles were worth it. Chasing your heart and running the ghosts, 'cause I will be loved by you. 'Cause I got a feeling like never before, that I will be loved by you, babe. Change my world. Yeah, you saved me.
A cold pint at Maddie Moore's pub was the perfect icing on a perfect day. And for Game of Thrones fans, the Winterfell scenes from the very first episode were filmed in the Cairncastle Hills just behind the pub.
Makes your head spin, pretty as a new star. Take it in, some kind of magic, dizzy as a new dawn to begin.
The sun was going down as we rode the short distance back to my parents'. It had been a wonderful, memorable day, and the best part, aside from our fuel and a few snacks, it had cost us nothing. You see, good times don't have to be expensive, but the memories they leave, well, they can be priceless.